Rambam, to a Rambam in Hilchos Talmud Torah. Says the Rambam, Perek Daled Halacha Daled, Rav Shalom Ad Lo Ivinu Ad Talmidim. If a Rebbe teaches and the students did not understand, Lo Yichos Alehem, the Yirgas, do not get angry. Cannot get angry. Right? That's what the Mishnah says in Pirkei Avos. Ela Choser V'Shoneh Hadavar Afilu Kama Pa'amim. You have to go over it, and over it, even many times. Until he understands the depths. Doesn't say until he understands. Until he understands the depths, not just the surface. Amazing. The Talmud also shouldn't say, Rebbe, I got it, when he didn't get it. Sometimes a Talmud gives up. That's also the gavos of that Gemara where we prayed, remember, 400 times. Not just that the Rebbe had so much patience, but that the Talmud didn't give up. Sometimes we learn something, okay, forget it. I tried. I'll get it the next cycle. No. Lo haven. Elachozer v'shoel afilu kama amim. You should go, ask again and again, many times, as many times as it takes. You should ask, and he should try to learn and appreciate it. What if the student is trying and the Rebbe gets upset? Yomar lo Rebbe, Torahi v'lo modani tzarech, daiti ksara. What do you want from me? My IQ is not so amazing. I still didn't get it. I'm trying. The Rebbe has to figure out a way to be able to express it. Again, this is only where, let's say, the student is trying the best he can. What if the student is being negligent in the preparation? Right? They say Reb Soloveitchik. So I remember I'll tell you one story. I think I told you this story once before. I took 2 classes with the Rav's son, Dr. Chaim Soloveitchik, in Jewish history. So one of them was Rishonim. The way he taught Rishonim is that he picks one sugya, and then you go through every Rishon on that sugya. And when you get to the Rishon, then you talk about that Rishon. That's how we did it. It's amazing course. Dr. Chaim Soloveitchik. He was known as Dr. Grach. That's what we called him. Anyway, he's named after obviously his grandfather, Reb Chaim. So one time he comes into Shir, and in that Shir there were a number of rabbis. Not yet, but Rabbi Reish from Shalavim was in that class. Rabbi Ben Narsh from Grutz YU was in that class. A couple of us were all sitting there, and he comes in. I think there was like only 8 people in the class, and he says, "Okay, today we're going to talk about the Risi Punto." So we look at him and have no idea who he's talking about. We knew the Rambam and Rashi to prepare for some. And he looks around. I guess he saw the blank stares on our face. He says, "The Risi Punto," and he goes down the list and he asks each one of us, "Who was the Risi Punto?" He asked 1 and 2 and 3. Nobody had any idea who the Risi Punto was. And afterwards, he says, "I can't believe this," and he walks out. So I don't know. He must have been very upset that we didn't know who the Risi Punto was. It made such an impression on us that right afterwards, for the next class, the class was only once a week. So he walked out, he didn't come back. So we knew who the Risi Punto was for the next week. He's one of the Bali Tosfos commentary, and he wrote a commentary on Seder Zerayim. It's on the Mishnayos and Seder Zerayim. That's all we know about him. I don't know. So the next week we came in, and he just went on. He didn't even get to the Risi Punto. But he was angry because he assumed that we should have prepared, the basic Rishonim. I don't know, it was Archi Tzaron, because we didn't know who the Risi Punta was. But again, sometimes you find in the Gemara, you have to look up. If they tell stories about Reb Soloveitchik, would talk, or anyone. Somebody will be reading the Tosfos. And you look up the Gemara. No, I didn't look up the Gemara. You have to look up the Gemara. Basic ABCs of learning. If Tosfos quotes the Gemara, you have to look it up. The Gemara quotes a pasuk. They have to look at the pasuk. That's the one thing. The new Gemaras are amazing. Right? The newfangled Gemaras, the Oz V'Hadar, and it's great because you have everything on the side, and you have kudos, and you have this, and you even have the entire pasuk on the side of the Gemara. So now there's never a reason to have to open up a Tanakh. It used to be, when I was in yeshiva, I had no idea what the pasuk was talking about. You had to open up a Tanakh, and it didn't tell you which pasuk it was. It just told you the parak on the side. You had to look through the whole parak to find the pasuk. So you learned a little bit. You learned a little bit of Tanakh that way, at least. Now you don't have to learn it. You don't have to open up anything. It's right there in front of you. The pasuk is right there. So it's a great thing, but it's also something that is, leads to laziness. So whenever there's a pasuk, one should try to look it up, and in that way, really learn. Again, that's what this halach in the Rambam is, that a Rebbe and a Talmud have to make sure that the patience for each other and the push, right? It's based on the Mishnah Pirkei Avos. Lo Baishan Lamed, Lo Kaptan Malamed. Right? You have to keep asking. And in our day and age, the Talmud, the Rebbe has to have the patience and, the wherewithal, and the Talmud has to have the ratzon, always want, and hopefully the Rebbe makes it comfortable for the Talmud to be able to ask, and vice versa. Okay. I wanted to share, getting back to Gemara. One thought that I said I would think about and get back to you today, so let's just do that. One more idea, and then we'll start the new sugya of Gosses. First, one more idea on Eidad Meshim עצmo Rasha. I'm sorry, I should have thought about this and presented it earlier in the sugya. Again, the structure of our sugya, as we know, was the different understandings, the different reasons for Eidad Meshim עצmo Rasha. And then yesterday we had the different nafkaminas in terms of, what if he did tshuva? What about an Aveira D'Rabbanan? What about if he came in originally defending himself? All the different halachas. But we didn't explicate, right? We have two general reasons. One is karov, right? One is the reason of karov, a relative. And the other reason is, we said the Rambam, right? So what was the Rambam's reason? You don't, or the Radvaz, right? You don't control your body. Maybe he's just coming trying to hurt himself. Maybe he wants to have pain. So basically the reason other than karov. There's a reason of karov, and then there's a reason of it's not in your control. Your body is not in your control, and the body is not yours. You can't come and scratch yourself. You can't pain yourself, all of that. So we didn't explicate it, so I'm just going to explicate it now. Is there a parallel reason for the non-physical body cases? Therefore, you can't give yourself malchus, you can't give yourself misa. But what about the monetary case? Right? The Gemara says, Russia by ribis. A person is not believed to say, I borrowed money with interest. Right? Or the Eidim in Ksubas Yirchah. We were bribed and we did it for the money. How would the Rambam's reason fit to those cases? But that's not about physical punishment. So the Rambam doesn't say it, I'm adding this in. Is there a parallel type of reason that we could give for the monetary cases? The Gemara has it there. The Rambam doesn't say karov. And the Gemara, if you remember, doesn't say karov. We explained that yesterday. So can there be a parallel idea? So maybe, we said this yesterday, but I'm just going to add some sources to it. Maybe the idea is just like your body is not yours. You can't ruin your body. Stam. You can't ruin your reputation. Stam. Maybe that's an idea as well. You can't just passel yourself. Obviously, if I do an Aveira, I make myself puzzle. But that's what I did in Aveira. We all do Aveiras. Nobody's perfect. And then Mamela. You might even say, when you do an Aveira, you're not direct. Mamela, you become puzzle. It's not that you're puzzling yourself, you do an Aveira. I'm doing a chait. When I do a chait, I did a chait. And a result of the chait is I become puzzled sometimes. And maybe the halacha of Eidad Meshim עצmo Rasha is I'm not allowed to directly ruin and puzzle myself with my words. So why is that? So there are two ideas to share. Moshe Feinstein, among other Achronim, but Rav Moshe is in another tshuva in Orach Chaim, Beis Mem. Okay, like Beis Mem. Talks about two concepts. I think we might have mentioned this year. Two concepts, Chshad and Marasayin. Chshad and Marazayin. Right? What's the difference between Chshad and Marazayin? So some say there is no difference. Some say there is no difference. But Rav Moshe says, like some Achronim, there's a big difference. The Heichad Amar Mishum Marazayin, the Deishalo Yilmatu Mimenu, was Zalzel Ba'isar Hahu. Marazayin means people might see me do it, and then because of that, they'll be mezalzel in the Avera. They see me walk into a restaurant, and oh, it's kosher? Okay, fine. Right, so I'll do it. Marazayin. People think I'm doing something wrong, therefore they'll come to do that. That's Marazayin. Chshad, says Rav Moshe, is not that. Chshad just means it looks like I'm doing something bad. Right? The classic case of Chshad, the Gemara gives. The Gemara in Shabbos. I have a house with 2 windows on opposite sides of the house, or 2 gates of the Chatzer. The Gemara says you have to put a Chanukiah menorah on both sides. Because somebody might be walking by, not see a Chanukiah, and say, hey, this guy didn't keep the halacha. This guy didn't light a Chanukiah. Wait, so the guy's going to think, oh, I guess you don't have to light Chanukiah. No, of course not. He knows it's Hanukkah. He's just going to think badly of me. I'm not allowed to do something where somebody's going to think badly of me. That's chshad, even if it won't lead them to do anything negative. There's no chshad that they'll learn from him. It's still aser. It's aser for a person to do something where people will think badly of him. Even if it won't lead to anybody else doing anything wrong. I want to use this as a mashal. A person can't passel himself. Why? 2 reasons. Number 1, a maris ayin type of reason. If I say that I lent with interest, it could lead other people. Oh yeah? Did you hear? That guy, he borrowed with interest. Oh, I guess it's not so bad. If he did it, I guess I'll do it too. Yeah, they will become less in people's eyes. Maybe that's one idea about why you're not allowed to ruin your reputation. If you do an Aveira, okay, you did an Aveira. But to say that you did the Aveira, to directly ruin your reputation, there were no Aiden, there was no nothing, maybe you can't do that. You can't do that. That will lead others to, to not take the Aveira so seriously. A Maris Ayin type of idea. You're admitting to lead others to fall. But maybe there's a second element also. Nothing to do with other people. A chshad type of element. A chshad type of element. You can't do something that makes you look bad, period. Why not? Why not? If it leads to other people doing the Aveira, then fine. That's like lifting the Iver, right? You can't do anything to force somebody to do an Aveira. Why can't I do something that makes me look bad? What's wrong with that? So there's a Mishnah in Shkolin. Mishnah in Shkolin. The only Masechta that Daf Yomi does. Yerushalmi. Shkolin. But this is Mishnayos. Eric Gimel, Mishnah Beis. Again, I'm sorry I didn't give you these Marmakomos, but just preparing this right before Shir. Mishnah there talks about that a Kohen went inside the Beis HaMikdash in order to take out money to the Shumat HaLishka, to get money out in order to pay for the karbanos. The Mishnah says that when the Kohen goes in to take the money, he's not allowed to wear clothing with any pockets, with any cuffs, nothing that could hide any money. Lo b'mina, he can't wear shoes. He can't wear sandals. He's not doing the avoda. Why can't he wear sandals? No, lo b'mina, lo b'sandal, lo b'tfillin. Maybe he opened up his tefillin and put money in. Lo b'kamiyah, shema ye'ani. Maybe he'll become poor after the yomru me'avon alish geheni. Oh, this guy, you know why he became poor? Because he's a ganef. He's a ganef, and Hashem took it away from him. Or the opposite, shema yashir. Or maybe he'll become rich. The yomru, you know why he became rich? Trumas alish gehashir. He stole money. He's a ganef. No matter what happens, people are going to talk. And therefore, you can't do that. And here's the line. Lefi she'adam tzarech latseis yidei abrios k'derech she'tzarech latseis yidei hamako. A person has to be yotzei yidei abrios. Second, what's that lashon of latseis yidei habrios? That's an unusual lashon. To say, don't look bad. You have to be yotzei yidei brios, just like your yotzei yidei makom. Shene'emar, the Mishnah quotes two psukim. One in Bamidbar, Yisem nekiyim me'Hashemu miYisrael. Has to be clean from God and from people. That's the pasuk by Reuven and Gad. But when Moshe Rabbeinu says that you have to come with us, you can't stay here, right? By 2.5 shvatim, you have to be clean in the eyes of God and the eyes of Israel. The Omer, and also it says in Mishlei, the pasuk we say in benching, you have to make sure to be clean in the eyes of Hashem and in the eyes of people. What do we need two psukim for? 2 points. First of all, what do we need two psukim for in the Mishnah? Same thing. To be clean in front of Hashem and in front of people. So if you look in the Tiferet Yisrael, again, the Mefarshim on Mishnah, especially those of you who maybe aren't in yeshiva, you're out. If you have a way, do Mishnah Yomi. Start some type of Mishnah program. It's so important. My Shana Aleph. I remember I started Mishnah, 2 Mishnayos a day. 2 Mishnayos a day. You review a parak a day, especially if you're not in yeshiva. If you're not between the Beis Medrash, figure out 2 Mishnayos. It's so crucial. The Chazar program, 2 new Mishnayos, Chazar, parak, whatever it is. But Mishnayos are crucial. So here too, the classic Mefarshim. The Tiferet Yisrael says, what do you need 2 psukim for? You have a pasuk by the 2.5 shvatim. You have a pasuk by in Mishlei. If you only have the pasuk by Reuben and Gad, says the Tiferet Yisrael, there, it really looks bad. That everybody else is going to go fight, and they're going to stay here. That looks bad, objectively. So maybe that's where you have an issue. But God, Shemianu Lavar LaEretz Yisrael. You're scared. That's why. Aval, Acha, the Kohen, going in with pockets. Everybody has pockets. Everybody wears pockets. Right, you didn't do anything that will make him chashud. You might think it's mutter. It's not doing anything unusual. You have to go above and beyond to find chen. It's not only when you look bad, even when you don't look bad. So where does this come from? Why can't you look bad? They're not going to be misled at all. Why can't you look? And you have to go above and beyond. And what's the language of Latseis Yidei Abrios? What do you mean Yotzei? One more question, and I think this gives us the secret. Somebody's got to say this, but I didn't get a chance to look. Why do the psukim link Adam to Hashem? Why can't the pasuk just say Moshe Rabbeinu was talking to them, V'yisim Nekiyim Yisrael? You have to be clean in the eyes of people. So make sure you do this. Why does the pasuk have to add in? Isa Nikia Me'at Shem Umi Yisrael. You have to say both. In both psukim. Umatzachein v'seichal tov b'nei Elokim v'adam. But you have to add in the Hashem point. Maybe the point is that this is our second idea. It's not just you can't ruin your reputation and do something bad because it might mislead someone else. Per se, you have Tselem Elokim. You are a ben and Eved Hashem. If I do something wrong, if I say that I did something wrong, if I passel myself, that's a Chil Hashem. My reputation is linked with God. And therefore, if I ruin my reputation, I'm bringing a Chil Hashem. People think badly of me. I'm a son of God. I'm an Eved of God. And that's why it's not in your control. Maybe that's why Ein Adam Mesen Atzmo Rasha. It's like a chshad issue. It might be a Marazayan issue too. If I say I did an Aveira, people are going to be less serious about that Aveira. Maybe it's more than that, or it's not just a Marazayan type of idea, it's a chshad type of idea. Per se, I have to I have to go above and beyond, like the Tiferes Yisrael said. I have to be super clean, squeaky clean. It's even an amazing halacha I saw, and with this we'll finish this section. Let's say you're doing in something, the case we get before, of the Hanukkah candles. The Hanukkah candles. I have two windows, and I'm lighting a Chanukiah in the second window. I'm only lighting that because of chshad. You make a bracha on a mitzvah that you do purely for chshad. Make a bracha on that. Is chshad that strong? Is the reason of chshad that strong? Or the case of the Shulchan Aruch. Taf Reish Ayin Zayin. Shulchan Aruch and Hilchos Chanukah. Let's say I'm a guest in somebody's house. I'm a guest. Achsenoi. So the Ikar Adin Achsenoi could just give money to the Balabayas, the guest, and he's yotze with the lighting of the Balabayas. What if he has his own window? Yeish Nochlin עצמו, Sarich lahadlik pischo. He has to light his own candle. Sarich lahadlik pischo. Says the Magen Avram, but no bracha. Magen Avram Daled. Kivan shatam ibnei hachshad ein sarich levarech. Because it's only because of chshad, you don't make a bracha. You don't make a bracha on that if it's only because of chshad. Moshe Kasav, it's so Siman Tafresh Ayin Hey. Just like he wrote earlier, the end of Tafresh Ayin Hey, which we are the case of. Let me just find it. If I don't find it now, where is it? Okay, not now. Anyway, that's the Magen Avram. If you look in the Pri Megadim, look in the back. The Pri Megadim is one of the classic commentaries. It's called a super commentary, the fancy English word. The regular notes that Kalam and Shulchan Aruch are the Magen Avram and the Taz on Aruch Chaim. Then you have the commentaries on the commentaries. The Pri Megadim. The Pri Megadim in the back. He wrote a commentary on the Taz and the commentary on the Magen Avram. The Mishpitzo Zahav is his commentary on the Taz, and the Eshel Avram is his commentary on the Magen Avram. Mishabura quotes it all the time. You have the Aleph or the Mem Zayin, right? It's the Magen Avram. So there he quotes his Magen Avram and says, why not make a bracha? So what because of chshad? He's lighting his own candle. The Balabais is lighting his, so he has come on that to be Yotze. He didn't have to? Yeah, it's okay. You can still make a bracha. It's not a bracha levatala. That's pretty amazing. a mitzvah, an action that at root you don't have to do. He could be yotze with the balabayas, lighting. But because he has his own doorway, so he has to light, then he'll have kavanah not to be yotze with the balabayas, but ultimately this is a mitzvah he's doing, and he makes a bracha. That's how important it is. It's a positive idea. Remember, if you're just removing a negative, you never make a bracha. If you're just protecting, remember what are examples of that? My machronim, there's no bracha on. You're just removing a problem of the salt. Kashering something, there's no bracha on. You're just removing a problem. Netilas yadayim, when you come out of a cemetery, there's no bracha. You're just removing the ruach ra. Anytime where you're just removing something negative, there's no bracha. When you're adding something positive, you make a bracha. When you're tovel kelim, that's adding kedusha. You make a bracha on that. When we watch Netilas Yadayim in the morning, it's not only because of ruach ra. I gave a lumdus on the daf shir this morning. It's not only because of ruach ra, it's because I'm like a Kohen about to do Yavodah in the Beis HaMikdash. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like watching from the Kior. So it's positive. If you make a bracha on chshad, it must be that something positive. I'm guarding my reputation. I'm doing something positive and important. I'm not just protecting. So this is all just a hosafa on the sugya of Ein Adam Meis Masva Rasha. Parallel, just like the Rambam says, you're not in control of your body. Maybe this idea is also we're not in control of our own reputation. So even by dinim amanis, I can't say I borrowed with ribbis and to apostle myself. I can't say I accepted a bribe. This would be a parallel type of reason. Just once I have the Pri Megadim open, and then we'll start the next sugya. Rav Shechter likes to tell the story that he was once at a wedding. Rav Shechter was once at a wedding, and he would say next to Rav Moshe Feinstein. Ellie, you remember this story? You're smiling? Right? Or he was sitting next to Rav Moshe Feinstein, and somebody came over to Rav Moshe. I said this before? I don't remember. Some of you are shaking your head, some of you not. But it's new for somebody, it's good. And somebody came over to Rav Moshe to ask a question. Rav Moshe answered the question. He turned to Rav Shechter, and he said he thought he'd get me on him before his Pri Megadim. Like, Rav Shechter starts crying when he tells the story, as he always does. And he says, Rav Moshe really thought that the guy was like testing him. Like, oh, it's him before his Pri Megadim. Like, he thought he would like, Rav Moshe knew Pri Megadim by heart. Like, the column, open up the back of the Shulchan Aruch and just look at the column. Look how small those letters are. Right? It's not just the Magen Avraham and the Taz. These are the Mefarshim on the Magen Avraham and the Taz. So I remember Chet was crying. He knew Pri Megadim by heart. He told me Kevin before Pri Megadim. Anyway, fascinating. Okay. This takes us through the Mesa Matzah Rosh. Awesome. Let's move on now to the next topic. Let's at least start the next topic. We need a Baba Batra. That is the Masechta that we're in, and we will continue. Kuf, Chav, Zayin, Amabeis. Kuf, Chav, Zayin, Amabeis. So we do a couple of lines. Again, this we've done Yakir, which was on Kuf, Chav, Amabeis, and Kuf, Chav, Zayin, Amabeis. And then we just done Eda Meizat Rasha, which the Ritva brought in. Let's keep reading now. Right, the Shita of the Rabbanan. New topic, everyone. Kuf, Chav, Zayin, Amabeis. Everybody's here. Everybody's with us still. Baruch Hashem. Okay. So Yakir Lamali. The Gemara asks, according to the Rabbanan, not Rabbi Yehuda. We pass like Rabbi Yehuda, that even Yakir beats Hazaka. The Hazaka that a different son is the son. El Rabbanan Yakir Lamali. But according to the Rabbanan, what is Yakir? Yakir Lamali. So answers the Gemara. It's Sarich Kera. When does Yakir win? If nobody is the Chazaka Bechor. So then they can win. Lamai Hilchasa. Ask the Gemara. Wait, you don't know anybody's the Bechor? So the father says, "This is the Bechor, of course." What's the Lamai Halacha? Lamisva lo pichnayim. Give him double. Lo yeh alacher. But even if it's someone else, Ilu boy lamisva le b'matana. Milo yavle. If he wants to give a gift, can he give a gift? So he's saying, my son's the Bechor. It's like he's giving no worse than giving a gift. If you give him a gift today, what if it's stuff that he doesn't have yet? He's saying my son is going to get double with stuff that he doesn't own yet. So he can't give that as the present now. He doesn't own that. So that's the chiddush of Yakir according to the Rabbana. What about according to Rabbi Meir, who says a person can be makna davar shelo b'lo olam? I held myself back, Rabbi Osai. That's a humongous topic, but we're not doing it. So we'll get to it one day in our travels through Shas, but we're not going to do it right here. But according to Rabbi Meir, Adam is makna davar shelo b'lo olam. So then we're back to the question. Father could give the son a double portion of the stuff he doesn't even have yet. So what's Yakir teaching me? You just give it as a present. Talking about the property that he gets when that comes to him when he is a goses. How do you translate goses? Someone on their deathbed. Not even on their deathbed, not even that. Shchiv meira is someone on their deathbed. Goses, someone in the throes of dying. Let's call him that. We'll get to the lumbus of that statement soon, probably not today. But let's just translate it like that for now. Someone in the throes, that's a fancy English word, Throes, I think if I remember my English, the throes of dying. And the Gemara is clear. Gemara is clear that somebody who gets property when they're a goses cannot give that property. That's what the Gemara seems to say. Because even according to Rabbi Meir, who says you can be makna davar shelo b'lo olam, you can't be makna stuff that he gets when he's a goses. You can't be makna stuff that he gets when he is a goses. The question is, why not? Why can't he be makna something when he's a goses? Is a goses alive? Ashtus? Ashtus, yes or no? Yes. Ashtus, the goses is alive. Right, so why can't he be makna something when he's a goses? That's our first question. So let's see. What does the Rashbam say? What does the Rashbam say? The Rashbam here quotes the first line of Meseches Smachos. The first line of Meseches Smachos. What is Meseches Smachos? Who knows? Meseches Smachos is one of the Meseches Ketanos. A few Meseches Ketanos in the back. Most of the time, it's in the back of Meseches Avodah Zarah. Smachos, Avos Rabbi Nassan, Tillin, Sefer Torah, Gerim, Meseches Smachos. Meseches Smachos is quoted a lot in Halacha. What is the main topic of Meseches Smachos? Anybody know? Anybody ever open up a Meseches Smachos? Okay, you'll know now. Meseches Smachos is a euphemism. It's all about Hilchos Avelos. That's why it's called Smachos. The first line of Meseches Smachos is, Rashbam quotes it. It's considered brises. Meseches Smachos is a compilation of brises. After Shir, please look up a Gemara, find it, handle it, ikone it. Right? Meseches Smachos is in the back. So much of Meseches Smachos is quoted in Meseches Moed Katan. Right? If you look on the side, they quote it all the time, and it's quoted in Halacha. So the Tnan, interesting. Rashi uses the word. The Rashbam uses the word the Tnan about Meseches Smachos. Okay, it's the brisa. Third wide line in the Rashbam. See where I am? The Tnan Meseches Smachos. Agoses arehu kachai l'chol dvarav. That's the first line of Meseches Smachos. Agoses is considered alive for everything. L'chol davar. Ubar Yerushahu, and he's someone who can yarshin. Right, that's what the Gemara says. Stuff that he gets when he is a goses. That means he could get something when he's a goses. He's alive. He's alive. Yes, Yerusha. Ulahanu nechasim. It's trich yakir. Those properties that he gets when he's a goses, that's why you need yakir according to the Rabbanan. Jita ben bachar pishnayim. Ibahanu lek amigu. There you don't have a migu of, oh, he could give it. Yafilu Rabbi Meir. Give it according to Rabbi Meir, who says you can be makna something that's not there yet. Hani mili. You go Yeish Nochlin lo. Here's the key lines. Here's the key lines that we have to think about. When does Rabbi Meir say you can get properties from the future? Only properties that he gets. At a time when he has the koach to give it to others. Aval goses eno yachol l'daber ve'ein bo koach litein. He can't talk. He can't give. Hilkach lo matzi la'aknu yinhu. Therefore, he can't be makna it mikami dasi liyadi before he gets it. Afilu shabah shashabal liyadi. Even when he gets it, he yacholak no son. He also gave me kodem lachain. So if he gets it when he's a goses, so then he will be unable to give it, and that's what we're talking about. Those are the nechasim that we're talking about here. They won't be able to be makna. If I ask you, according to the Rashbam, why can't a goses be makna? Why can't a goses be makna? He can't talk and he can't be makna. Let me ask you this question. Just to contrast, or maybe not contrast. The same exact Gemara appears in Kiddushin. I hope you got to see it. If not, see it today. The same Gemara appears in Kiddushin. Daf Ayin Ches. Rashi there. Rashbam's grandfather. Rashbam's grandfather has a line. Why can't a goses be makneh? Says the Rashi. Where's Rashi? Let me find it. Says Rashi. Ubisha. Where's the line? Here it is. Shalom Merklum. Hoil ubisha shebaim laolam. From the bottom of Ayin Chesma Beis and Rashi. When they came to him, when he was a goses, Lav bar matanahu. Lav bar matanahu. Is that the same thing as the Rashbam? His grandfather and grandson agree with each other. Our Rashbam says, Einu yachol adaber ve'einu yachol litein. Ein bo koach litein. Rashi here says, is there a difference between the Rashbam and Rashi? What might you say?
No.
Yeah. The title says no.
It sounds like they're the same, that it's just a technical problem that he happens to physically be incapable of giving the matana.
Let me ask you, what if you had a goses? Some gosesim could talk. Can't they? According to the Rashbam, if he could talk, is he a bar matana?
Sounds like yes.
According to Rashi also? Rashi just says la bar matana. Naftali?
So when the Rashbam says that he ema koach litin, is he saying a second thing, or he's qualifying in yachol adaber?
That's a good question. I would assume they're connected. I would assume it's one thing. He can't talk, and thus he can't give. I would think. If you look in the Rashba, right here on our daf, the Rashba, you tell me where this Rashba lines up with what we just saw. Rashi Rashbam. Lo tzricha. B'nechasim shnafa lo k'ju goses. Klomar. Klomar is always, my Rabbi Rosner would say this. Klomar is a magical word in the Rishonim. Klomar means, in other words, meaning it's not so clear. Klomar, this is what it means, as if there's another way to understand it. Right? Rishonim don't have to start off with Klomar, right? In other words, here the Rashba does. I don't remember if he actually ever said that about Klomar, but he would. He said that about other words. Maybe he did, but it's so ingrained. I just don't remember. But he says that by others, kishem, other types of words like that. When the Rishonim add in words that you don't need, that's for a good reason. Klomar, says the Rashba. What does it mean when he's a goses? She'eno yachol l'daber. That's what the Rashba says. The inami. Inami usually means second answer. The inami sheyachol l'daber ela shenitra fadaito. The eno medaber kehogan. Number one, he's a goses, so he can't talk, or even if he can talk, he's not thinking coherently. Nitra fadaito. The eno medaber kehogan. Not speaking properly. Right, and then there's a Ravid, which we're not going to go into now. Are those two different days in the Rashba? I mean, there are 2 days, but what's the difference? He can't talk, and even if, is he adding? Is it 2 days or just like building? He can't talk, and even if he can talk, we don't trust him, so to speak. We don't believe that he's sound of mind. Right, so what is going on here?
Rabbi.
Yeah.
When the Rashbam says he can't talk or give, does that mean he practically can't talk or give, or halachically he can't talk or give?
Good question. Good question.
I mean, it sounds like here we're saying it's a practical thing.
Just reading the Rashbam, I would probably have said it's a practical thing. Yes, I would have said it's a practical thing. Meaning, Yosef, according to the Rashbam, if he would be able to talk, if he's a goses and would be able to talk, then maybe he would be able to give. Do you need to be able to talk to make a kinyan? What, a mute can't make a kinyan? You don't need a mute. You don't have to make a kinyan. You have to just be. You can write, even without writing. You're right, though. It sounds like it's something practical. I know, but if you compare it to that Rashi, lav bar matanahu, in Kedushin, not so clear that it's just practical. That's more fundamental. This is our issue that we're going to discuss. This is going to be a major machlokas rishonim. Yeah.
The Rashbam, even though, I mean, you could read it as practical, he can't talk or give, or it can be saying, since he's a goses, even if you can physically talk or give, halachically he can't talk or give.
Correct. I agree with you. I don't think that's the Pashut reading, but I agree with you. If you say that, then I think Rashi in Kiddushin sounds much more fundamental. Eno bar matana. So you might want to read the Rashbam in light of that Rashi.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The problem is he didn't have to say Eno yachol l'daber. He didn't have to say that. He could have just said in b'koach litain. But again, I agree with you. You could definitely read it more fundamentally. And Netano.
So according to Rashbam, if it's just a practical thing, then even if he's a goses, let's say the other Gemaras, if shachat po shnayim, and he still can talk, would he not be considered a goses because he can talk?
I think he'll be a goses, but the question is the only problem of a goses that he can't talk and doesn't have right mind, and therefore it's not something fundamental about goses, it's just most gosesim, or is it something more fundamental? That's exactly our issue. That's what we're going to figure out. Okay, the first step is to try to figure out the evidence. Yes, Naftali.
What does it mean when we keep saying he can't halachically talk? What does that mean?
It means that even if he talks physically, we might not act based on his talking, and we might not recognize halachically his talking because he's a goses for some reason, and we wouldn't allow him to act based on that. We'll have to see. We'll have to talk about what that means
Sota,
and why that
like a
would be.
sota, or just for some other reason?
It could be because we don't know if he's sound of mind, as we'll see. Somebody in that process. We'll have to talk about it. We'll have to talk about it. Good. So what's the evidence? The first step is, what is the evidence in Chazal about Goses? What is the evidence? So the first evidence is our Gemara. First evidence is our Gemara. Our Gemara says the only time that we could figure out, the only Hechi Timsi, that Yakir is important for Rabbi Meir is he gets property when he is a Goses. What about if he was just really sick, but not a Goses? And he couldn't talk. Why didn't the Gemara just say Chole? Why Dafka Goses? Is there something special about Goses? That Goses can't be makneh? What about a really sick individual who's not a Goses? That's just a question on the evidence. And then there are others. Again, I'm going to have to run in 2 minutes. Going down to my son's yeshiva. Evidence number 2. Five sources in Chazal. 1 is our Gemara. 2 is the Maseches Machas that we just said. Look up that Maseches Machas. What's the first line? Agoses harehu kachai l'chol dvarav. So why can't he be makneh? Brisa says a Goses is a lie for everything. Look up Maseches Machas. Look up what the next words are. Look at what the next words are. And then there are 3 Gemaras in Gittin that I would like you to look at. I put on the list Gittin Daf Ayin, Gittin Daf Chav Ches, Gittin Daf Ayin Zayin. What do all those Gemaras imply about Goses? That's going to be the question. And the major machlokas Rishonim, the 2 most important Rishonim to see, summarize, spend the most time on these 2 Rishonim, is the Rosh and Kiddushin. The Rosh and Kiddushin on that Gemara, Daled Tezayin, and the Rashba in Kiddushin Daf Ayin. They quote the same major machlokas Rishonim. Think about which Gemaras do the Rishonim base their Shita on, and how do they explain the other ones? But there are some Gemaras that work out well for one Shita, some Gemaras that work out well for the other Shita. Okay, but those are the 2 Gemaras to look at. Are the 2 main sources are the Rosh and the Rashba. Maharit says something amazing. I gave you that Maharit. Hopefully you'll see that too. But Hashem will continue with that tomorrow.